right, guys, we've got Taylor Soule here. Please raise your hands for questions. Start in the front with David.
Hi, Taylor. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
David Cunningham, Tech Sideline. What's the vibe around this team, and how would you describe the energy that you bring to this team?
Yeah, I think the vibe for this team is just gritty go-getters. We're extremely optimistic and realistic about our potential this year, and so the energy is definitely high. And for me individually, I'm just through the roof excited to be playing with a team like this around great players, great people, great coaching staff. So I'm excited.
Kenny's talked a little bit about your process and your decision to come to Virginia Tech. He said he was on Zoom with you, and you were kind of just like, I don't need you to show me anything. I'm already going. What kind of sold you on Virginia Tech?
Yeah, it was just a gut feeling. Obviously, I've been able to play against Virginia Tech for 4 years, and so you kind of get a sense on the other side what they're capable of, the type of people they are. And so, obviously, I had a former teammate commit before me, and so hearing good things from her. And so I kind of was like, I've seen y'all. I've had a good relationship with Coach Brooks just in terms of, like, competitor-wise after games, always having good things to say about each other. And so when the opportunity presented itself, it was kind of a no-brainer.
What's it been like living in Blacksburg, and how's the gelling process with Liz and Demo and everybody on the court been like for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I'm from, like, a Blacksburg kind of area, so a small town close to the community, so it's been nice to get to know some people around here. And when it comes to just gelling with the girls, it's been awesome on the court and definitely off the court. I think first and foremost, everyone from top to bottom is just great human beings, and so that's definitely a plus. And then great leaders, extremely supportive, and so it makes my life easier to just kind of come in and feel that support. And so it's been great.
Back the room to Ryan.
Hey, Taylor. Ryan Moy, WFSR News. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right. Just talk to me a little bit about what Coach Brooks looks from you to do on the court in terms of role play.
Yeah, I think expectations for me from him are definitely being a leader. I've been in the ACC for 4 years, and I've been blessed to be able to have a big role and play in some big games. And so whether it's just helping the underclassmen out or just being the player that I know I can be, so being that energizer, getting rebounds, helping the team out on defense, but offensively also being an aggressor, and this year especially being able to knock down outside shots are definitely things that I know he expects from me.
Hey, Taylor.
Hello.
Anthony Romano with WBB. Coming from another ACC team, what were your impressions of this Virginia Tech team from the outside? Especially some of the stars, whether it be Liz or Georgia. And what do you feel like you can bring to sort of add into the mix along with maybe some of the other transfers?
Yeah, I think outside looking in, you can just tell that they're disciplined in their craft and what they do. And I think there are great teams that aren't so disciplined. And when you have a great team like I know we do this year that is disciplined, it's really hard to beat. And so I think my job coming in here is just to really gel with the group and maybe bring a different type of energy and different type of style of play in that forward position. And so, like people said previously, definitely running the floor, getting those offensive rebounds. Being a facilitator is definitely where my role, I feel like, is going to be for this team.
With so much talent on the team, there's only one ball, you know what I mean? Do you get the sense that people are willing to sort of accept the role that they have to play on a given night and, have sort of the selflessness it takes to spread the wealth a little bit?
Yeah, I think this team is definitely one of the most selfless teams I've ever been a part of, and maybe even to a default. But I think everyone, including myself, is ready to be a teammate for the greater good. And if that's being a cheerleader, whether it's only maybe getting one shot during the game or you don't play at all or whatever it may be, I think we all just want to win at any level. And so to do what it takes, we know it takes sacrifices. And so myself included, we're willing to do whatever we got to do.
Thank you. Go back to Ryan.
Taylor, if you don't mind talking a little bit about the intangibles and the defensive side of the ball. I know we talk a lot about the firepower that's going into the hoop, considering who's on the team, but if you don't mind talking a little bit about your defensive game as well, and defensively just overall for the team, what you see.
Yeah, I think as a team, I mean, dang, I would not want to be on the offensive end going against us. I love defense personally, and I know that sometimes there are things on offense you can't always control, but you can always control your defense. And so this team definitely has been working really hard at making sure it's not just one-on-one defense, it's you and the girls next to you working together. And so we're gritty, but we're smart in how we play defense. And I think that's definitely gonna help us in the long run. But I mean, I love defense. It's gritty, it's tough, and that's the type of player I am.
David?
You mentioned that when you told Kenny that you were going to come, that Clara had already committed here. What's your relationship like? What was it like with her at Boston College, and what's she like as both a player and a teammate?
Yeah, no. So I've been with Clara. This is going on 5 years. She's probably sick of me by now. But we're roommates here, and she's, first and foremost, she's just an absolutely amazing human being. Definitely one of my best friends, and so being able to be here in a new environment with someone who I'm familiar with has definitely been a blessing. And as a player, she just wants to work hard. She wants to be a great teammate to everyone around her. She wants to get better. She wants just to support people and watch other people succeed. And so it's great. I think she's a really key component to this team's success, both on and off the floor. And so I'm really happy that we're here together.
What do you feel like is going to make this team special?
I think what's going to make this team really special is our lack in weaknesses. I think it's going to be difficult to scout us, I think, because we're so disciplined. And that definitely does come from being able to play high minutes just from top to bottom, but also just how we gel. I think one of our strengths is when we're playing together, when we're working for each other, we're pretty unstoppable. And so I think if we can kind of stick to that, we got a good chance to get in some rings this year.
Any more questions in the room for Taylor? Go to Mark in the front.
How's is the gelling process over now with Monday almost here, or is it going to take another month before everyone's kind of really on the same page?
I think the gelling process is never really over. I think each day kind of brings its own little test to what we're doing, and that just comes with whether it's who's playing, who's not playing, and I think that's not a bad thing. I think that's just like a thing that goes on in sports in general. But I think, Monday it's coming up quick. But I think if we just stay locked in and kind of take the punches here and there and stay together, that the gelling will show off in a positive way on Monday.
Mike, do we have one on Zoom?
Any final questions for Taylor on Zoom? Looks like we're all set, Carter.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks to you.
Thanks, y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Got Kayla King